forms with some polygel today on my nails. So I want to get to removing my nails, and I'm going to go in with my Young Nails X Cut, and we're just going to get started. I'm going to go on 12,000 RPMs. Let's turn our air on here. Jandy should be in pretty soon. She's going to help me. While I do my nails, she'll kind of tell me what you guys are saying, and so that way I can respond if there's a question or anything. But today should be a lot of fun. We're going to do a really pretty nail look, keeping it very natural looking, which is also very trendy right now. So if you've seen a lot of natural looking nails on your feed, it's not just because maybe you liked some recently. It's just really, really trending right now for fall. And I'm just going to remove the bulk of my gel, leaving on a good amount under this gel, because I haven't really worn this particular gel for very long, so I'm okay with leaving on the bulk of it here. But removing that color. I feel like I haven't done my own nails on here in a while, so this is kind of exciting. This is probably, I feel like nail prep is probably one of the most relaxing things to watch, but when you're doing it, it's probably not my favorite part. But I do love watching it. Okay, let's get this off. And just gonna be real careful. Sometimes I'm okay at pulling my own skin back, but I'm not great at it. Usually kind of throws me off. If I see a little bit of green tint on the gel that I have left, I'm going to go ahead and remove that because I don't want that coming through on my new manicure. Let's get this off. And I'll just kind of roll my finger. If I'm on a finger that I'm not very good at working with, just help myself out a little bit. Okay, let's get this little bit that's back here. Okay. Got a little bit of that green over here. There we go. Maybe a little bit right here. Okay. Hello, coming in the chat. I see you coming in. I can't read too well right now. Jandy will be in here, though, to help me in a minute. She'll help me see what all you guys are saying and what you're doing, what you're up to today on this fine Tuesday. Hope everybody had a good day or is having a good day, depending on where you are and what you did. Okay, let's get this. Okay. Now this other side. We're just going kind of slow because I want to get myself. All right, pinky. Okay, let's look at it this way. Get back here by the back. Now, if there's anywhere that's like really close, like right in here, I'm probably gonna get that back part with a different bit just to make sure I don't get myself. Because this is a sharper bit. And if you slip, you could get either yourself or somebody else. So I'm gonna wait for that closer part there. Let me see if I can get at least the bigger parts here. Yeah, and I missed a pretty good amount over here. I kind of can't see it. I will try. And I didn't do too bad. Okay, good. All right, let me switch hands. So I'm gonna turn my e-file off and go over to my other hand. We're gonna turn it on reverse. And I'm gonna work with my left hand, and we're gonna put it on the same speed, which is that 12,000 RPMs. And this hand is always much harder for me because it's my non-dominant hand that is mainly doing the work with the e-file. So the main goal, other than removing the product, is also just going to be not to get, because I have a tendency to get impatient when I am filing this hand, because I don't like working with my non-dominant hand. So just try to go slow and don't get frustrated. You'll get it eventually. But you might make a couple passes where you don't touch anything. Or nothing looks like it's coming off. I think one of the hardest parts getting this hand is just being able to see everywhere. Well, other than, if it's your left hand or your right hand, whichever one, your non-dominant hand, whichever that is for you, that hand just doesn't work as well. Of course. It does get better, though, the more that you do it with yourself. You get a little bit better. I may have parts on this hand, though, that I leave for that next file more than I did the other one. Because I will get myself on this side for sure. And I see something I want to show you guys. Let me get this last little color off. And then I'm going to show you something. Okay, well, let me see if this is... Well, it might not be actually the case. Hang on. No, it's fine. Okay, never mind. I don't have anything to show you yet. Just stay tuned, though. I'm sure it's coming. Okay, I feel like I got the bulk. And I'll leave the rest. Now let's get this one. And you want to keep an eye on your file because if your bit goes beyond where your line of sight is, you can really hurt yourself. So I'll just turn my hand, rotate it as I need to, without losing sight of what my bit is actually on top of. And I'm going real light. But you know, at 12,000 RPMs, we're gonna take off product. So just be patient. Okay, now this is kind of getting difficult. I really need to pull this skin back, but I'm gonna wait till I get this off back here, and then I'll go after that. Because that's probably the hardest for me to do, is that other side over there that I can't see too well. Okay, get right up in here. There we go. Okay. What also makes this side a lot harder for me is I have, if you guys have ever heard of sensory neuropathy, it's like a medical condition. I have sensory neuropathy on this hand. And so a lot of times I don't feel this hand, so I don't feel this on my hand. So that makes it a little bit difficult unless I can just see really, really well. Because I definitely don't feel myself. So if it burns or anything, I'm not feeling that, you know? So I just kind of have to watch and see how close I am. But something, though, that a lot of people have, whether they have it, you know, like a lot of people have it on their legs or their feet, and I just happen to have it on my arm and my. Okay, there's a little bitty bit up here in this corner. I'm gonna wait for the next bit for that, because it's just a little too close for comfort for me. I decided though that we would do dual forms today because I love dual forms. I haven't worked with them enough, but I need to, because I feel like they make a lot of sense. And I love a lot of the nails that people do with the dual forms. And of course I love the gels. So I need to get my practice in with them. And I figured I always learn the most whenever I'm doing it on myself. So it's a great time to do that. Okay, let me kind of get positioned a little bit better. And then let's get this part. Jandy, you'll have to tell me what people are saying. I haven't been able to view the chat yet. She's coming, guys. She's getting the dog squared away for the evening. Getting everybody fed. Well, goodness gracious. Okay, Rascal, we hear you. That's the little Yorkie. He's telling us somebody isn't acting right. Somebody's being crazy outside. Probably the big dog. She's probably chasing a squirrel. And he's losing his mind. I know this part always is so tedious and it takes a long time. Or at least it feels like it does. It probably doesn't, but it feels like it does. Got scared there for a second. I thought I was going to slip.
Thomas is from the UK.
Hey, Thomas. Hello.
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Katie.
Katie.
This time I'm trying to learn to
Oh,
become a nail
good.
tech.
Wonderful, Katie. Keep at it. Keep watching videos.
Kylie says, what nails are you going to do today?
Kylie, hey. We're going to do really pretty, natural-looking nails with probably a little bit of ombre. And we're going to use our dual forms to create them. So I can do a little bit longer nail because mine are so short.
Tammy, Isra, and Patty say hi.
Tammy, Isra, and Patty, hey. Okay, one more left, guys.
Brazil says hola.
Hey, Brazil. Hola. I'm going to be representing this weekend at No King's Day here in Dallas, Texas, which is going to be this weekend. You guys live locally in the Dallas, Texas area, you'll have to come out. We're going to stand up for our rights and your rights and all of our rights. Shar, hey, hola. Get this little bit. Okay, we got this little weird side over here that is so hard to see. We're gonna get it though. Might not get it well, but we'll come in with the next bit. If we need to, which we will. There we go. Okay, I got the tiniest little speck right there. Okay, that's done. All right, take this bit off. We're gonna get the next bit, which is not so sharp. And it is gonna be our little sanding band bit. So it looks like this. It's just a medium grit sanding band. I'm gonna lock it into place. I'm gonna put my e-file on 9. And I'm just gonna kind of go back around, get anywhere. Oh, it's on reverse, hold on. Let's get our reverse first. I'm just gonna kind of level everything out a little bit and get any of those dark spots that I wasn't able to get before. Get back by my cuticle a little bit.
Or ask if you are a nail tech.
Yes, I'm a nail tech here in Dallas, Texas. I just kind of cut myself just a little bit. Not much. I'm telling you, this landed thing is difficult sometimes. Even something as simple as just like leveling the surface out can be a little challenging with your non-dominant hand.
Elodie said hi.
Hello, Elodie. Did you say Melody?
No,
Elodie. Okay, that's what I thought you said. I just wanted to make sure because I was going to say I said Elodie. That's a beautiful name. Very different. Okay. Level it out. Okay.
That's why is there stuff around your nails?
Oh, there's stuff around my nails just because I left it for this bit because I had a really sharp bit before and I didn't want to accidentally, slip and cut myself because I'm working with my dominant hand and my non-dominant hand today. And my non-dominant hand does not always want to behave, of course. So I kind of left some little pieces for when I switched to this bit, which is a lot softer than that first bit I had. So if I accidentally slip with this one, I won't really cut myself. I'll just kind of make it red. And it might be red for a day, but it's not going to do damage, right? Or not going to hurt that bad. Because I'm only on 9,000 RPM, so that's not too fast. Same over here. And I had on dark polish. So sometimes it stains. See that? That's what that is. Like this hand may be a little green from the last polish. Okay, let's just level it out. Get up here in this corner. Okay. Level it out again. And I'm leaving on still a good amount of gel on my nail just because I don't have to remove it all. As long as it's well attached, it's fine. You can just leave it on there. Unless it's going to be like, if I were going to do, well, trying to think. If I were going to do, let's say I was going to do a really light, like a super light baby pink. If I had gel on my nails that was a different color that would show through that, it would show through that unless I got it off. So, but luckily this is going to be fine with what we're going to do. It won't show through and we'll be just fine. Okay, let me switch bits one more time. Let me show you. We're going to do a cuticle bit now. And I'm just going to kind of run it around my cuticle area. I'm going to push back my cuticles. So let me zoom you guys in a little bit.
Carla said hi.
Hey, Carla. Okay, I'm just going to kind of quickly push some stuff back. This is kind of pushing that cuticle back, opening things up. And my next bit is going to remove that cuticle. And we're not going to do a lot of cuticle work, like where we're making it perfect, because I pretty much change my nails frequently. So I don't need it to stay for like, 3 weeks or 4 weeks or something. Oh, I'm not in the shot. Okay, holler at me if I get out of the shot again. It's okay, Jandy. Jandy says she's trying.
Addie said
Hey,
hi.
Addie. Okay. All right, let's turn our cuticle bit. Looks like this. I'm just going to turn it on 5 RPMs. And I'm just going to pull the skin back. And we're going to take it along our skin line, which is our cuticle line. And we're just kind of cleaning things up. Over here, it's kind of hard for me to pull, but I'll pull like what I can and get that best I can. Any gel that needs to flake off, I'm just going to flake it off.
Saskia says, are you doing acrylic?
We are actually going to do gel. We're going to do a polygel today, which is a little bit different kind of gel than what I usually work with. But should be fun. I always feel like I learn whenever I play with a gel that I haven't played with too much. Which I've played with polygel quite a bit, but not dual forms. And we're going to be using dual forms today. Dual forms, though, can be really beneficial if you know what you're doing with them. So I am determined to get good at doing the dual forms because that's what so many people use these days. And I want to make sure it can be a little tricky. So I'm going to play with them and make sure I learn how to work with them real good. And part of that is playing and making mistakes and, all that jazz.
Maysam, Maysam said.
Hey, Mason.
I feel like polygel and dual forms are easier to learn than the other types.
You would think so, right? You would definitely think so. And I thought so too. That's why I wasn't really practicing with them. But lately, I took some classes where I had to practice with them, and I wasn't as good with them as I expected that I would be. So I decided, okay, that's going to have to be something that I play with more and work at, I don't have any clients that want the dual forms right now, but this is great time to make sure I know how to work with them so that when someone comes and wants to use them, that I know what I'm doing and that I know the best way to use them.
Maysam, do you have your own business?
I do, Mason. I just work from home, so I don't go into a salon, but I work from home and I have several clients. Always looking for more, though. I'm always looking to grow my business right now because I am a newer nail tech. I've been a nail tech for about 2.5 years, and that's pretty new in this world. And or at least I feel like I'm still got a lot to learn and a lot to catch up on.
It might just be to start with that makes it easier to someone.
It could be very true. You're exactly right. The more you play with things and experiment and work with and watch videos, it gets easier. Definitely.
Maysam said that's cool. I hope you succeed.
Thank you, Mason. I'm going to succeed one way or another, right? Even if I have to. Yeah, I've been doing very good. Thank you, Jandy, for bringing that up. Yeah, I've been doing pretty good. But I do make sure I practice.
How many subs did you get the other day? Up to?
Oh, I think, right now on my YouTube channel, I've got, I think, 4,100 subs, which I just hit. I was so excited because, gosh, that's been a hard game to play, this YouTube stuff.
Sam just said she's a new sub, or he, they are.
Oh, thank you, Mason. I appreciate it. It goes a long way, all the likes and subscribes. You wouldn't think it would make that big of a difference, but it does. Oddly enough, I didn't think it made that big of a difference. Oh, I just threw my e-file. You don't want to throw your e-file. Okay. It's okay. It didn't break or nothing. But yeah, you don't want to throw your e-file. I meant to pitch it to the desk and I missed.
Annabelle said, hi, do you have any tips to stop biting nails?
Hey, Annabelle. The only tip I have is I don't bite my nails, but my niece bites her nails. And the only tip I have is that you just have to stop. Whether it's get yourself like a little fidget spinner, to play with, like whether it be a ring or a necklace or maybe a charm bracelet. That would be a good idea. They might even have an app that like gets you little app presents for every week or something that you don't bite your nails. It's possible. Okay, I'm going to shape these up real quick. Let's see if I need to get, I think a lot of this is just.
Boba said hi.
Hey, Boba.
And Annabelle said thank you.
You're welcome, Annabelle. I think a lot of this is color from when I did my nail art. But we're going to try to just kind of make sure nothing needs to come out from underneath my nail. Which so far, so good. Sometimes, though, when I'm doing nail art stuff, I get colors stuck up underneath my nail, and it is what it is because it's cured under there. So unfortunately.
Boba subscribed.
Thank you, Boba.
Elliot said, I love your videos.
Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm just kind of shaping these just very, very natural. Very natural. And if you're going to build extensions, you don't even necessarily have to do this, but I like to keep my nails short, so my natural nails short. So I'm just going to go around with my file just very gently. Just kind of in a natural shape. I always keep my natural nails short because when I do extensions, I don't want my natural nail like showing up underneath there. So I always keep my natural nails shorter than, so they don't show up underneath my extension. I just kind of like it that way. Okay, let's just go real natural. Natural on this one. I see a little bit where needs to shape up here.
Saskia says, what are you planning to do on your nails?
Hey Saskia, we're gonna do polygel nails. Just in a very natural look. Because it's really popular right now. Like the natural nail thing it's a big deal right now. So if you like to wear your nails like that, it's trending for fall. Okay. Oh, I am zoomed in a lot? Okay, well I'm gonna back this up, guys. Because Jandy said it zoomed in a lot. Okay, Jandy, does that look better? She's gonna tell me in a second here.
Yeah.
Oh, it does? Okay, good. Good, good, good. This is Dehydrator. It is called Manicure Cleanse by Young Nails. And I'm just dehydrating my fingers. It's also gonna cleanse it, and it's gonna prepare my nail for gel or acrylic, whatever we're gonna use. It's gonna set us up to be successful here. Okay, and I'm ready for the next step, which is gonna be using my Protein Bond by Young Nails. This is gonna help us with our adhesion. The only trick is gonna be that you don't get it on your skin. So we're gonna paint it on just like we would polish. You wanna get it everywhere, but you don't wanna get it on your skin.
Boba said, is Dollar General nails good for your nails, especially the glue?
It won't hurt you as long as you just either I would soak it off. It's really in how you remove it, and then just make sure your nails are clean whenever you put them on, because you don't want to get any kind of bacteria trapped in there. You know what I'm saying? But otherwise, it doesn't matter because you're not absorbing whatever that is that you put on your nail. Does that make sense? You're not like eating it or drinking it or anything. So.
Nancy said hi.
Hey, Nancy. Okay, I'm gonna wait to do my other hand with that. We'll just do one hand at a time. Let me get my product. Okay. All right, we're gonna try a new product for me, and it's called Pink Mask. And it does come, it says darker, let's see, it says dark pink. Let me see what this looks like. We may not be using this if it's too dark. Let's see, let me get this off. Let me see how dark this is, so you guys can kind of see with me. Okay. And that's pretty dark. Okay, I'm gonna save that. Oh goodness. She scared me.
Hey, no more.
I don't know why she does that.
Edith, come here.
Okay, let me get my gel.
Don't.
Hang on one second, guys. I'm looking for it. I moved my polygel around the other day, and so now I gotta find it. I think I put it in here. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go with this polygel instead. This is by Kirsty Meakin. And we wanna do, let's see, marshmallow. We're going to do pink glimmer because that's a really light pink. And that's what I want to go with. So it'll be a pretty light pink color. Let me show you what it will look like. So it's going to be a lot lighter than this one. Okay. It's got a nice like little shimmer to it. Let me squeeze this out. Sometimes they're hard to squeeze. But yeah, do you see it's much, much lighter? So that will go better for me. Okay. All right, let me get my little forms ready here. I've already sized them out to my finger. So let me just line them up in the order that I'm gonna put them. Let me make sure I get them in the right order. Okay. This, and the thumb. Okay. All right, so I got that. Let me get my light.
Whiskey Bunny says hi.
Hey, Whiskey Bunny. All right, so I've got my little light here. I'm just gonna turn it on so that it's ready. There we go. I'm just gonna have it on regular light right now. And we're gonna put our polygel in here. And I'm not gonna make a horribly long extension, so it doesn't need to be a lot. But I'm gonna get a little tool so that I can maneuver this around. And I'm just gonna wet my tip tool here with a little bit of alcohol as we need to.
Whiskey Bunny said, are you doing your nails?
I am, I'm so excited. And we're just gonna flatten the product out inside of here. Can you guys see okay? I definitely want it to come all the way up the sides, like all the way. Even if it goes a little bit beyond the sides, I'd rather it go beyond the sides than not be coming up the sides enough. Okay.
What kind of nails?
We're gonna do probably an almond, no, probably a round shape. Okay, that looks like a good amount. Let me see. I want to do a little tiny bit longer than that. So I'm going to add just a slight bit more just on the side here. And I can just scoot this across. So yeah, we're going to do polygel nails and we're going to do a nail extension. Okay, when it starts getting stuck, like how this is kind of sticking to my little tool, it means you need some more alcohol on your tool. So it kind of helps if you have like a little dipping pot, which I'll have to get here in a second. I didn't grab it before I came over and I should have. I just want to make sure that this is long enough for the extensions that I want to do. Okay. And that along the bottom is kind of even, right? All right. So I'm going to turn this over. I got my light on. Let me scoot my light over a little bit here. Okay. Then I'm going to turn my light on where we can actually cure this. So it's going to be kind of purpley colored. So it's purpley colored right now. I want to put this on my nail.
Shy Pot, what does polygel?
I'll explain that to you. Hang on just a second, Shy. It's going to squeeze out just a little bit beyond my skin. And I can kind of get that now. Or I can leave it till later. Either way, okay? But just kind of get it where you want it. I'm going to cover up the tip. And I'm going to cure the back of that. So just stick it under the light. It will just automatically cure. Then once I've let it cure for a second, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to flatten out the gel underneath. because it will kind of puddle up by your nail. And I'm just going to make sure that it's not doing that. Let me put some more alcohol on my brush or on my paddle here. And I'm just gonna straighten this out.
Scoot, you're off the,
Oh, am I?
a little bit.
Okay. Tell me if I'm good.
Where's the light? They were saying so.
Ah, okay. Okay. So that's definitely long enough for me, okay? So I'm gonna turn this back on and I'm gonna go under that light again, just to cure this in place. And it's okay if we don't have, I'm really just trying to kind of form the nail with these, because if I pop this off and we don't have enough product in here, it's okay, because we're gonna put on another gel on top of this. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'm just gonna leave it for right now. And I'm gonna go on to my next. Let me squeeze a little bit of this in here. Get my little paddle.
Do you have to start with your thumb?
No, you don't have to start with your thumb, and it might even be easier to not start with your thumb. I don't know. We're gonna find out though for sure. Yeah, it might be easier to do your other ones and then do your thumb last. Okay, I feel like that's enough. Okay, I need to set my light up. So go ahead and turn that light on. Let me roll this back here, kind of get it where I want it. I'm gonna get these sides that have kind of squished out a little bit.
Over some.
Okay. Just kind of get that off. All right, let me put this on here. I'm gonna cover up the tip again and set this in place. You just wanna make sure it's on straight. Once you've been under that light for about 5 to 10 seconds, you can come back out and get that underside. Just don't forget to get the underside, because you'll be filing for days if you forget to get it. Because I have forgotten to get it, and oh my gosh, I thought I was never gonna stop filing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go back under my light and cure this. And I'm not curing it all the way right now. I'm just gonna wait to do that in the big light at the very end once I finish one hand. That's the good thing about Polygel, is you don't have to do everything right away. You can wait. Okay, so there's another finger down. And I just kind of picked a natural form. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, so they'll look very natural. And the difference between Polygel and regular gel, the main difference is gonna be that Polygel doesn't move. Like, this isn't gonna run anywhere, you know? Uh-oh. Hang on, guys. It can also be very messy. Hold on one second. Let me get myself cleaned up so I can finish telling you here. So regular gel runs. On the Polygel, it's very, very viscous, very thick, and it won't run on you. That's why I'm using this little paddle to kind of flatten it out and move it around, because it's pretty much just stays wherever you put it, and it's easy to kind of flatten it out and move it about.
Shop Hot, is this a safer, healthier option for your nails than going and getting them done?
Probably depends on what products that you're using. Like, I look for certain things in the products that I use, so I know that it's a little bit healthier option for me. You know, anything that we put on our nails is usually going to have a chemical of some kind, so you just kind of want to read what you're getting and make sure that, you know, that tells you what products are in it. And if that's something that you do or do not want to work with. Okay, I'm just gonna hold this on here real quick and go under this light. And then we're gonna flip up and get this underneath. But the polygel, because it's like gonna give you time to maneuver stuff around. So a lot of people find it a lot easier to work with because it doesn't run on you. It'll hold its shape wherever you put it. You've got time to get it exactly where you want it before you cure it under that light. So it has a lot of benefits to it. I can definitely see how people would find it easier to work with. I don't know that I do, but I know I can see the benefits. You know what I'm saying? And right now I'm just kind of just making them longer than what I need them for the look I'm going for. Let's squeeze out another dollop in here. Get our little handy dandy tool, our little wooden stick. Get it wet with alcohol. And let's push this down and just kind of spread it out. Am I scooted over enough, guys? I think I am.
Shy pot, I asked because I've heard a lot of people getting allergic reactions lately to like dip nails, acrylic.
Ah, okay. Yep, that can actually happen with everything. Like I personally I'm allergic to acrylic. Like the acrylic powders, I'm allergic to a lot of the monomers. And then I'm also allergic to acetone. But I work with those products still, but I know, I know to be careful with them and not get them on my skin. So as long as you're careful with them and you don't get them on your skin, or if you put it on your nail and you have a bad reaction, take it off, as immediately as you can. That's what I would do. That's what I would recommend. Yeah, you can become allergic to anything. And even if it's something that's a healthy product or considered a healthy product, that you may be allergic to something in that mixture still that, that your body's just going to have a problem with. So you just kind of never know until you try things out, unfortunately. But I don't feel like it should stop anybody from wearing nail products unless you are just someone that is going to have a problem with any and all of the nail stuff, Or if you have a bad enough reaction and you need to take a break, because that can happen too. Okay, get that thin. We're on our last nail on this hand. I'm gonna push this down where I want it. Now I got a lot creeping out over here on this side, so let me clean that up real quick. Okay. Push it back down, make sure it's straight. I'm gonna put it under my light for 5 seconds. And then we're gonna flip it over and flatten it out. Okay. So let me flatten this out. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you're not subscribed yet, if you'll click on the subscribe and hit that like button, that would be awesome. That would help me out. And now that my nails are fully done on this hand, I can go under my big light I'm gonna do for 60 seconds. So I just put my hand in the big light for 60 seconds. Easy peasy. While that's going, let me grab my color that we're gonna do our nail art with. Get that ready to go. We're gonna use a white. And I wanna use also, I wanna mix this white with another white and just to kind of make it a different bit of a texture. And we're gonna do a little bit of an ombre on these pink nails. Make them look very, very natural. Plus we're gonna be kind of changing the color a little bit too. Although I do love this pink color. It'll look very, very natural by the time we're all done. Okay, I've got 4 more seconds under the big light. Okay, so now it's time to pop these off. So this should be fairly easy. I'm just gonna squeeze and kind of rock it back and forth. If it's giving me a hard time, just kind of keep squeezing, okay? And you can kind of see where it's not very thick in here, but we kind of did that on purpose because I'm still gonna go in with another layer. Okay, squeeze this one and just rock it back and forth.
Sugar just got
Hey,
hot.
Sugar, how are you? How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm just rocking it back and forth. I'm working with dual forms today and polygel. It just takes some patience. Just be patient with yourself. Don't go ripping anything.
I'm starting to finally feel better.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I know it sucks when you don't feel good. All right, there we go. We got them popped off. Woohoo! All right. Now, these are going to be sticky, so I'm going to wipe the sticky off. So I'm going to get a little bitty pad. And my young nail swipe, which this one looks like this. And I'm going to get some on my pad. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of clean over this. So that way we can file everything into shape.
Sugar, yay, dual forms.
I know, right?
Polygel is great. I think popping the dual forms off is best when it makes that sound.
I know, me too. I agree. Okay, I'm just going to go straight across. And I like to kind of look at it from like afar, kind of. I feel like I do my best shaping that way. And then I'll go up close later. Okay, I want to lift this up. And I just want this to come out straight, like from my natural nail. If I want to thin it out, I'm just going to kind of come down with it. Okay, I want to lift up just this part right here.
Shy Pod, is it harder to do nails on yourself?
I think so. I find it a lot easier to do other people than myself. But you kind of just have to keep playing at it, you know? It's one of those things, the more you do it, the better you get. It's definitely doable, though, for anybody, I would say. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. I don't have to worry about the shape on top because it looks pretty good. We'll get that cuticle area in a minute. But for now, that looks good. And let's get this one. So I'm just going to kind of go straight across. Let me prop my finger up on something here. Here we go. I'll prop my finger up on this glitter. Okay. I'm going to kind of try to hold it still. I wish I could put a little bit of pressure on it, but it's not going to let me right now. Okay, let's get our side. I'm going to lift this side up to where my natural side wall is. And my natural side wall is where my skin is, like so right here. So anything below right here, which is just a tiny bit, needs to come up. And then I'm just going to get in that sidewall and straighten it out. Okay. And then same on this side. This side's kind of hard to see on myself. Let me see if I can. Here, we'll try to do it this way. Whoop, I almost went too far. Okay, don't go too far, which is easy to do on this side that you can't see too well. Okay, but I'm just going to try to straighten it up. Come down on my sides just a wee bit. And I'm going to curve these in just the slightest bit. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Just kick off that real sharp edge. Because I kind of don't want it that sharp. Okay. So I'm just rounding that corner. Very gently. Okay, that one looks good. Let me make sure this one looks good. There we go. Okay, this one now. Try to go straight across. We can be hard because I can't apply any pressure. Like I can't, normally, you'd be holding on to the nail here and shaping it, but I can't do it with this situation on myself. So we'll just have to do our best. And again, we're just making this even. Same over here. We just want to take off anything that's hanging down below our natural line. It's a little bit more. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. And then I'm just going to kind of come down the side here. Just smooth things out. Okay. And then let's curve this in a little bit. Okay, I'm okay with that length so far. Okay, straight across. Let's lift this up. But see how much less you have to file when you use those dual forms? It's kind of crazy. They really do cut your filing time down. Unless you overfill that nail. If you overfill that little, that little canoe of the form, you're in trouble because you're going to be filing for quite a while. Okay, let me shape this a little better. Okay, I think I want to go a little bit shorter. I'm going to try to hang onto my finger. Let me look at it again. I feel like I'm higher on one side. Okay, let's even this out. And I can tell it's lower on one side than the other, so I'm going to go ahead and lift this up a hair more. Okay. All right, and I'm going to go the tiniest bit lower. Polygel file is really buttery too, so you kind of have to go slow because you'll accidentally take off too much if you're going fast.
Do these last very long?
Oh yeah, this will last me like 2-3 weeks if I want them to, which I won't because I always do my nails a lot. So I won't be wearing them that long, but yes, they will last because Polygel's a hard gel.
Sugar says they look great on me.
Thank you so much, Sugar. I appreciate it. It's so much fun using like a different method, I like playing and learning new things, and this is definitely something that I need work on, so I figured today would be a good day to do it. Okay, we lift this up a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna lift up this side a little bit.
Do you think Polygel lasts longer or Gel X?
I think Polygel would last longer, but both are good. Polygel's going to be stronger than Gel X. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean? Like yeah, that's a tough one. Polygel's going to be stronger in most cases than Gel X because Gel X is a little bit more of a soft gel and you're going to attach it, to your nail.
Sugar says Polygel lasts longer.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, I'm going to file this down a bit. We've got a little ways to go on this pinky, so I'm going to be filing for a minute. I made her too long.
All depends on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person, depends on, your prep and your application too. Yeah, see, we're going to have a good amount to get on this pinky. Let me show you. Look how thick that pinky came out in comparison. Which is okay. We just need to shape it. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it where it is right now. We'll get it on the shaping. We're gonna do that right now. We're gonna kind of shape things up before we apply our next gel. So I'm gonna get out my same sanding band that we used a minute ago. So just our medium grit sanding band. Plug this back in. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm gonna put my E-file on, well, let's do 9,000 RPMs.
I thought, would you say polygel lasts longer than acrylic? Because I got my nails done on the 1st of this month and it's already grown out.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the person. Polygel lasts longer on me than acrylic because I will pick at acrylic. So it kind of depends on the person and what you like to wear or what you're best wearing, what kind of adheres to you the best. That's why it's kind of good, you know, to try different things and see what works for you better individually. Like my niece, her acrylic comes off really fast because she's kind of got oily skin, but gel will stay on her really well. So kind of just depends. I'm just kind of going around right now on these parts where it's maybe a little bulky and not so smooth, or I've put a little bit too much gel, and just removing that, thinning it out, so that way it just looks like, almost like it's growing just right out of my nail. Just real easy. I'm gonna lift this up a tiny bit more. Okay. But yeah, I would try different kinds. So there's a lot back here I gotta get. And you could always go in with your cuticle bit too. So if you feel like that works a little bit better for you, you can go in with your cuticle bit and get that off. Trim it down. Right now though, this is working fine for me, so I'm just gonna stick with this. But remember to go very light because it's a very buttery gel and it will come off quickly. So you don't want to apply any pressure. Just very light. I want to lift this up just the tiniest bit. See where there's you see where it's not well connected? We're going to fix that too, because that can happen too. I figured that would happen. It's that way on both sides of my finger, so I'll have to fix that. It'll be easy fix though. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, let's go ahead while I'm here. I'm going to use this to bring this down a little bit lower. And you know, I didn't turn my vent on. Let me look at it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go in kind of at an angle and thin this out just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. That should be easier to work with. Lift it up where I need to lift it up. I'm going to lift it up a little bit more over here. Take off my edges.
It's really cool that you always use different techniques and you don't just stick to one type of nail.
Well, thank you. I'm kind of in the mood of like trying different things. You know what I mean? I'm sure that there will come a time when I'm like, okay, I like this way the best, and for me this is the easiest way to do this or that. So I'm sure that time will come. Right now, though, I'm still kind of trying different methods and figuring stuff out. But that's part of the fun of it, too. You know? I enjoy that. There's so many different products out there and different ways of doing things. And everyone's going to have their own kind of favorite technique. And I like that, too. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and wipe all this off. So I'm going to get my little wipey here, put some more of our young nail swipe on it, clean this off.
You can never get bored if you always keep it interesting. And continue
Exactly, exactly. Yes. That's important. And always be willing to listen to somebody else. You know, remain teachable. That's really important too. Because we don't always, even if you've been in the business of whatever it is that you're doing, it doesn't mean that you know best. Do you know what I'm saying? Like recently, for instance, there is also a newer nail tech. She's in Florida. I watch her a lot. So she's a newer nail tech, but she just has a really different way of thinking. And so I watch her a lot because I know she's always going to come up with something different than what I think or my idea. She's going to come up with something completely different because her brain just works very differently. So
It says as a cake decorator, I've learned to always take others' advice.
right, exactly. Yeah, you have to remain teachable. Okay, what I'm gonna do is here I've got a Build Pink, and on that one nail, this is just like a clear, even though it's called Build Pink, it's kind of clear. And I'm just gonna go in on this nail, put a little dollop, and I'm gonna move this around. I know I needed a little bit here, and I needed a little bit on this side, just to make sure that this was well connected. And I can just kind of put it there. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna shape it anyway. But it's such a tiny little place that I need to get, so I'm just going to kind of put this along here, make sure I'm covering that little hole or that little crack. I'm gonna put it in the big light for 60 seconds. Let that cure. That was the only one that I needed to do that on, so I kind of got lucky there. And that just happens from whenever you're putting it on your nail and you're pressing it down. And you remember how some of that gel kind of squeezed out on the sides and stuff? That's why it did that. All right, so we're almost done here with this. And then this is gonna be an easy part because we're just gonna have to buff that out and make sure it's even with the rest of the surface. And then we're gonna apply our next gel, which is a softer builder gel. And it's in like a milky white color, which will give us a really pretty color when it mixes over that real light pink. We're almost done. We got 10 seconds left. I'll get my little pad ready. It's already still damp. Okay. We're just gonna kind of wipe that off. And I'll wait till the very end to do our final shaping. But
Angela is 10 years old and I do nails.
hey, Angela, I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. Just keep at it. Especially if you love doing it, you should just keep at it. You get better and better every time you do it. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of level this up. Level it up on this side.
Radio Silence said hi.
Hey, Radio Silence. Okay, let's buff our sides down. And you just want to buff it until it feels smooth to you. Okay. So when you rub your finger over it and it feels smooth and it looks smooth, then you know, okay, you're good. You can stop. Okay, I want to go a little bit more. Okay, right now I'm just kind of putting my file right in that little crease where my skin touches my nail. where those come together. And we're just kind of leveling that out. Okay, just kind of refining that shape. Just a little bit more. I wish I could hold my finger more steady than I am, but I can't. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Good enough. Okay. All right, let's get this wiped down. Go in for our next little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my soft gel. This is a soft builder gel, and it's in the color Milky Biob. It's from the gel bottle. And this is kind of an easy apply. Let me get my little stand that I was using a second ago. There we go. And we're just gonna put this on just like we would a polish. Okay. So we'll just make sure everything is painted. If you get it on your skin, we're just gonna wipe it off. You definitely wanna make sure you get it all the way over on your sides and at the back of your nail and all the way to the tip. And we're just gonna do the same on each of these. It's a really pretty Biob color. Very, very milky and natural looking. But we can still see under it. You know, we can still see that pretty pink kind of coming through under it. I don't know if you guys can. Hopefully you can. Just real natural looking. Okay. Let's go on to this one. Okay, and this one. Jandy ran in the other room, so she should be back in a second, and then she'll keep telling me if you have anything else you're saying. I've got my phone turned at a funny angle, so I can't read it at the moment. I can tell, though, I need to shape up this one a little bit better on that other side. I can't see too well. Okay. And let's get our little pinky guy. Okay, I'm gonna go in the nuker just for like 30 seconds. Actually, we'll do 60. We'll do a full cure. Do a full. And while that's going, let me grab, I'm gonna grab my next thing that I wanna get, because I've decided to do something different other than the ombre that'll be just as beautiful. We're gonna do some little accent nails on just a couple of them. And we'll do it with glitter, because that'll be fun. Okay, I'm gonna use this glitter. It's got a little bit of a pink tint. It's by Gemini Cosmetics. Super, super pretty, real flashy. Let's see, either that one or do I want, let's see. See, here I go, I'm gonna start to change my mind. Oh, this one's also really pretty. Yeah, we'll do that one. Or there's this one with the kind of a gold tint. Let's do the pink one.
Radio silence. I love getting mentioned in lives.
Radio silence. I'm so glad to hear that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my accent nails, and this is what I'm gonna do. So right now I've got some sticky on my on my nail tips here. And I'm just going to use a little brush. It has a bit of a fan. And I'm just going to kind of dip on and dip around. And it's going to leave this real pretty kind of flash of, can you see that kind of flash of glitter? It's not extreme, it's just very kind of light. But I am going to kind of put it going sideways, just across there.
Stormy,
Do you see that?
I got everything to do with my own nails. I'm afraid to, though. I'm afraid I'm really going to mess up on them, and you guys make
Oh,
it look
no.
so easy.
Well, you just have to keep at it. And don't compare yourself to anybody else, because everybody's progress is a little different. So don't ever let somebody compare you to somebody else, or you compare yourself to somebody else, because that's not fair to you or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? We all go at our own pace. We're all along our own journey. We learn a little bit differently. So don't let anybody make you feel, you know, like you're not keeping up or something. Okay, let's see. So it's just barely, you see it on there, just barely. And just kind of going across. I feel like that's very, very, still keeping it natural, and just a little bit of, little bit of something, right? Okay, let me do one more round of my Milky, and I'm just gonna kind of go right over as well. I'm gonna do these two first, because they've got that glitter on there. The two with the glitter, I'm gonna do first. Yeah, I like that. Just very, very subtle. It's very pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna dip back in my bottle because I don't want to put this glitter in my bottle. Let me get this one. Let me rest my hand here. I should have kept my little thing out where I was resting my hand. Okay, I'm gonna clean my brush because I need to dip back in my bottle, but I don't want to get any of that glitter on there. So I'm gonna look at it real good, make sure I don't have any glitter, then go back in my bottle. And I'm gonna do my non-glitter nails again, one more time around. This will just make it really pretty, really milky, and easy. See, the dual forms, they can be very beneficial once you figure out. I think my biggest problem with them has been getting them on straight and not having that product kind of push out everywhere. That's probably been the biggest hurdles to overcome. And if you feel like the back by your cuticles getting bulky, don't worry about it, because we're still gonna shape that up, and we're gonna do a final shaping. Right now, you just want everything to be pretty and milky and how you want it on top of your nail. Once we get the top coat on, I'll show you our final shaping that we're gonna do.
Says don't think of it as mistakes. Think of them as learning.
Absolutely, right, Kulish?
Make as many mistakes
Yes,
as possible.
I agree with you 150%. I learned that's how you learn the most. So yeah, you always welcome that. Very important. Okay, we've got like 30 more seconds. And let me get this ready again. So I'm gonna get some of our swipe on my little towelette. I'm almost done. Okay. Let me wipe this down. Now we're gonna kind of start to get our final shape in here. So I'm gonna go back to my little drill. Okay, let's get this on. For now, I'm gonna keep just my sanding band on. Let me put it on 9,000 RPMs. I wanna go ahead and now I'm gonna focus more on how long do I really want these, which I want these to be a little shorter, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to come straight. So I'll look at it, just kind of straight on. Okay. Take my side down just a hair. That side down a hair. Just kind of go over the top a little bit. I'm gonna get this back part with the cuticle, but if I wanted to even anything out, this is where I would do it. Or this is when I would do it. Okay. I think it looks pretty good, but it's not thick, it's not crazy thick. We had a full form that kind of took care of the shape for us, really. But if you want to do, you can get this underside if you want to do that now and just really thin it out. So you can kind of make it, just kind of go in at an angle.
Eat it.
And it will keep it nice and thin for you. Okay? And I think that's a good length right there. So let's see, maybe, let's just go a hair shorter on this one. Just gonna try to look at it straight on. Get my little side, this side, the underneath. Thin that out. And if you need to get anything up here, this is when you get it, of course, like I said. We just smooth this out a bit. Let's smooth this out. Okay.
Sydney.
Hey, Sydney. Okay. Let's get this one. Okay, that one looks good. This one just a hair shorter again. I'm gonna do this one still shorter. Hey, Tina. And just a hair over here. Okay. Now I'm going to look at it this way just to see, does it look straight to be this way? And let's thin it out. So just come in at an angle. And you can just kind of tap at it. This one needed to be a little thinner all the way through. And this one just a little bit here. Just keep tapping at it. And this one I could go in further because I remember now that it was a little thicker. Okay. All right, let me switch my bit one more time to my little bitty cuticle bit. And we're gonna go around that cuticle area, make sure it looks like it's still just kind of naturally growing out that way. So fasten that in. I'm gonna put this on 9,000 RPMs. And I'm just gonna get as close to that cuticle as I can. And just kind of nicely thin it out. It doesn't need a whole lot because it wasn't horribly thick. But if you need it on your sidewalls, you can also kind of come in here and get that. Look, I need a little bit thinner right here. Okay. Okay, this one. these on. I just want it to look very, very natural. Okay. Next one. And I'm just butted right up along my cuticle. Okay. This was that one that we added the tiniest bit of that clear hard gel. So I just went around that just to make sure it was nice and slim. Because some people, this is a lot faster for a lot of people. Plus, you're always good, because it's a dual form, you're always going to get the same shape every time, you know? And a lot of people, that's what they want. They want it to be the exact same every time they go get their nails done. And you're going to get that with this method. I'm just going to go around, make sure it's nice and flush. Okay, let's clean it up again. There's a lot of cleaning. I feel like there's a lot of cleaning up and tweaking. Clean up and tweak, clean up and tweak. Okay. Let's clean this up. Okay, I'm gonna go around one more time with my file. Let's just make sure the shape looks perfect. Just gonna come in just square on. We just gently round this corner. And you can even kind of tilt your file up against there. Just hold it steady. And it'll kind of do that shaping for you. It'll make sure that your sides are the same tilt in. Okay? So if you're not good at getting it tilted in perfectly, I'll do that on this one. So we'll kind of hold it in place, hold it steady. And then just follow that curve. Sometimes you realize it wasn't perfectly straight across the front. Okay, let's do it again. There we go. This one is lower, so I'm going to go ahead and come up a little higher. There we go. And yeah, it wasn't perfectly even in the front. Let me see if I got it. Not quite. I still need to lift this up. Thank you. I know I rarely wear really long nails, so it's going to be kind of a treat for me. Okay. Let me get this smoothed out just the tiniest bit more. I feel like it needs it. Okay. Let's shape this one. Am I good in the picture, Jandy? I feel like I might be drifting. If I start drifting, guys, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, let me I feel like I need to tweak this just a hair. Still a little bit lower right here where I added that tiny bit of gel. And let me even this up in the front. Okay. This one seems a little too long on this side, just like by a hair. Okay, now let's get this one. It's really hard though when you can't hold your hand as still as what you'd like. Or as straight as you would like. But this side's a little longer or a little taller. I feel like, yep, still just a hair. Okay. Slightly get this to come in a little bit more. There we go. Okay, I feel like that's a good shape. All right, let's do our top coat. And then we'll have a final look-see at these. Okay, one more go around with our swipe just to clean everything off so that way we don't get any little dusties in our top coat. All right. Now top coat time, but look how pretty though that's gonna be. Oh, I love that. I go to the doctor tomorrow, so this will be a nice little doctor visit, manicure. Very natural looking, on trend. Hit that like button if you guys have enjoyed this so far. And subscribe up if you're not already. If we didn't do something that you enjoyed today, I'm sure it's coming. And you can always make recommendations in my comments. And I always read all the comments. So if you have any questions, you can ask me there or you can email me. You can find me on all the socials under Tosharaenailed. There we go. That's very pretty. Is there a hair in here? I feel like there might be. Yeah, I don't see it now, so.
Shelly said hi.
Hey, Shelly. How are you? We're just wrapping up our dual form nail extensions. And we've got some pretty milky nails. And the natural look is trending right now. And then we did some accents with some glitter nails. Yeah, I like the glitter. The glitter does a lot. Yeah, the glitter is from Gemini Cosmetics, and I don't have a discount code, but MJ from Nail Culture does. And hers is all capital letters, MJAY15, and it saves you 15% off on your glitter. But they also sell Young Nails over there. They sell all kinds of gel products and acrylic products as well. So you can find it over there if there's something that you need or want. Let me get my hand in this nuker. This is gonna go for 1 minute in our light. I've still gotta do my other hand, so you guys get to go and get on about your night and do what you need to do, and I'll be finishing up here. But we're almost done. 30 more minutes, or not 30 more minutes, 30 more seconds in the light. Let me get my cuticle oil ready. It's still going. What'd you guys think about the Polygel? Did you like it so far? I think it's good. I think it works really, really well. It's a beautiful color. And I love that it's got the tiniest bit of sparkle in there. And again, it was by Kirsty Meakin, and it is Pink Glimmer. Right now, I think you can't get this in the United States, but hopefully soon we'll be able to get it again. Okay, one more go round with wiping off that tacky. I know we're always wiping off the tacky, aren't we?
Natalie says gorgeous nails.
Hey, Natalie, thank you. They're kind of a round shape. I kind of did like kind of an oval. But I also feel like that's a really popular shape right now, too. I try to kind of stay on trend. Look at all that flash. Oh, that's so pretty. I love the glitter flash. I'll show it closer up even once we get this squared away here. Let me get this around each of my fingers.
Annabelle is loving the bedazzled UV.
Oh, I know, right? My gosh. I love it too. It's from Lavenda. It's my favorite. It's works really, really nice. I just got it on Amazon. They have this one, and then the next one I think I want to get is the, I'll either get the zebra one, because I want the zebra one, or they have like a leopard one that's really cute too. But they're so affordable that I could probably afford to get both. So that's probably what I'll do. And then I'll just get kind of a matching pair. So that way I can match up and look like I can afford, right? Even though it's really affordable with Lavenda. Thank God. Oh, goodness. She heard me say thank God. She was like, what is it?
Let's go.
Here, wait. This one's hanging down just the tiniest bit.
No.
Jandy's going to get on to him. She says, stop making so much noise, dogs. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get a final look-see. What do you think? Once I get my jewelry on, will I look very clean girl-esque? I think they're super nice. And strong, 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 strong. Yep, I like them a lot. And I love that glitter. Just that little peak of glitter. Oh, that's really nice. All right, guys, thank you for coming in and watching today. And all the likes and all your chat and stuff keeps me like not realizing how long we're actually sitting here doing this. So what breed of dog? So we've got 4 dogs. I've got a Yorkie, a Chihuahua, a big Mastiff dog. She's a French Mastiff, so kind of like Turner and Hooch. And then we have the baby of the family is a little Cavalier Spaniel dog. She's very, very sweet, but she'll come on here whining, and she's kind of loud with her whines. But we love her to death, so you know how it goes. All right, guys, I will see you very, very soon. I'll take some pictures, too, of this set so you can get a closer look. And, yeah, I've got my daughter appointment tomorrow. Do my other hand. I'll take tomorrow. I like it. What do you think about the shape? Nice? I think it's a very nice, clean shape. Very natural looking. And that little bit of glitter. All right, guys, I will see you later. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to pack up this stuff here and clean up my desk. And then we are all done.